Well, ho! And welcome to the 365-day gaming challenge. Hello, Gibbon. This is the challenge where I play an unplayed game on Pally Shame every day. And this is day 256, and we are looking at Planet Zoo. Now, I was quite surprised, actually, that I hadn't got any playtime on this one when I looked in my Steam library this evening. But I hadn't. Yep, 0 minutes, 0 hours. So we are going to take a look. We will have a quick look at the settings. I think we will adjust the UI scaling if we can. Soundtrack volume we will turn down. Graphics. Well, we're running at 1080p, so why is the text so small? Interface. Interface scale. Scaling above 100% is only recommended for use with high resolution displays. I've got a high resolution display, so let me fucking do it. Apply. That's a lot better. Jesus Christ. I can actually read it now. Thank you. Show news, no. Game. At least it's got tooltip text. I like tooltip text. I like it when it tells you what the options actually do. That is always helpful. And controls. Well, we're obviously playing it mouse keyboard. There we go. We don't need to invert the y-axis because we're not using the pad today. But just for note's sake, inverting the y-axis is the correct way to use a pad. Just in case you didn't know. Now you are informed. Okay, that's all okay on there. Well, I think that is our options set. Okay. Create my avatar. Why not? Ah. Only 3 colours. Ooh, ah. What are we choosing here? Head shape? Hair. Yeah, I want some hair. What about accessories? We don't want any of those. Clothing. What was that? And what can... Oh, shorts. Yes. Shoes, please. Oh, we can't choose a shoes? What do you mean we can't choose a shoes? Yeah, I know I'm a bit stupid. Yeah, we won't have any of those. Slim or large? That's your only option, is it? Slim or large? Adult or teen, male or female? Alright, well. Blimey. I think we know what sort of clothes the developers wear at Frontier. Alright, I think we're going to go with that, actually.
Oh.
Yes, I'm quite sure.
Yep.
Place our headquarters. Well, we're going to be in the UK. Yes, I'm quite sure.
Oh.
First steps. Why have you suddenly appeared?
Hey-o. Whoop.
Goodwin House tutorial. Start new. We'll find out how to play with any luck. Is it a tortoise because the sliding's really, really slow? Is that the reason? Achievement unlocked, trainer.
Ah, heyo at Hematu. Yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you in person.
Hello.
I'm Bernard.
Nice to meet
Although I
you,
insist
Bernie.
you call me Bernie. The only person who calls me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets.
Alright, Bernard.
As you know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my
Spared
home.
no expense, eh?
This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s. But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything off. Don't worry, though. I'm not completely throwing you into the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire. Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on. But before we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our beautiful animals.
Oh,
We'll
do we
start
have
by
to?
popping over and having a look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat.
Can we not just play the game?
Did you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year? Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too. Select one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Mika.
This is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare. You'll learn more about animal welfare today as we go through your objective.
99%.
But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel? See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it. Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
Oh, come on. How do we... There we go.
Panthera leo leo, or the West African lion to you and me. Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride, although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome, which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Alright, we're in the empty
As you can
habitat.
see, it's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain something.
Is
Well,
it?
two somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Animal trading.
There we are, a pair of perfectly
Common
splendid
warthogs.
warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu. Normally the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants. When you adopt an animal, it's automatically placed in the trade centre, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home? When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade centre, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade centre's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
Alright, zooming in.
Well, as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible. Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat, but I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health. Right, let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy. You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic,
Well, let's click on
basically
it
how
then.
happy they are. And that
He's
overall
not.
welfare statistic
He's
is
hungry and
itself
thirsty.
comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
It's
Let's
all
start
action this
by
game.
making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, each animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl. Animals also require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare.
Habitats. A mud bath.
Oh, nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now,
Yeah,
our
I
contractor
clicked
had
the
to leave
mouse
in a
3
hurry, so this
times.
place is in a pharaoh state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
So, there.
Oh, before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner. Ah, that's more like it. A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration.
Of course
Because it'll
it
stop the
is.
zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way. Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built. Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
How is it outside the placement area?
Right, let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
What stupid thing is moving the camera?
Good work! Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now, you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
Didn't I just do that? Glass. What? Why has this been a pain in the arse? Is it glass? Yeah. Now what? Barrier. Glass. Why isn't it letting me do anything? Barriers. Glass.
There we go. Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach
Oh, shut up,
places like near a viewing
Nancy
point.
Jones. Pissing me
Donation
off now.
boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
I've no idea how we did that window. None at all. And now I can't do it again. Now it's not letting me. So, God knows. Yeah, still no clue.
Now, before we adopt our ostriches, you should click the play button. After all, if the game's paused, then so are our caretakers, which will make it a bit tricky for them to deliver the ostriches, eh? By the way, as well as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button. It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster. It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish. All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them in here. While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them.
Oh.
Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item. It's often best to place things like enrichments
Spin
and
on.
feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Her accent is really annoying me. Big time. Well, it's a voice actually that's annoying me. Just grating. Not in the mood for it today.
Oh, good to see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour?
I don't care.
Heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did you do his speed camera joke?
Can we turn off the voices, do you think? Let's get rid of that nonsense, because audio, voice volume. There we go. Much better. I am doing the tutorial, but I'm getting rather annoyed with it. I've gotten rather annoyed with Nancy Jones. Don't like a voice. So I've turned the voice off. Yeah, I wondered if I could put lines in with the ostriches, because that would be quite good, but I don't think it's going to let me. Yeah, the tutorial's probably not needed, but I always tend to go through the tutorials just to see. What I couldn't work out, because it's really, really weird, and I still don't know how it's done, is the putting the glass in. I tried and then it just kind of did it, and I don't even know how I did it. And now I can't do it anyway because it's hidden them from me again. So yeah, it just does this really weird thing, and they don't have any tools. I mean, I'm guessing that moves it up and down. It does, yeah. But you do that, and it just what? Outside the place. What's outside the placement area? Just very strange. Outside the placement area. Outside the placement area. Yes, and then you can't get rid of that. It's just very annoying interface. Keeper huts are found in the facilities menu. Right, yeah, let's place a keeper hut. A small keeper hut or a classic keeper hut on that one. Connected up to the path. Z. Why? It only lets you rotate it 90 degrees. Outside of placement area. Invalid rotation, but... Oh, there we go. I mean, why? Why? Why, game? Invalid rotation. Why is it invalid? Bear in mind that keeper huts and other stat facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Because guests don't like seeing the facilities. Why don't they? I'm sure they do. I think they'd be quite interested to know how the zoo operates. Nancy. Alright, I think I've had enough of this tutorial anyway, so I'm going to quit out of this if I can. Exit to main menu. And Planet Zoo. So back.
Whoa.
Planet Zoo free update. Oh, look at all that stuff. Alright. So, career.
Yeah.
So you can't actually do... You have to do the tutorial in. Or can we do these ones? Bog down. Can you do free mode?
Hey. Hey.
Sandbox. You can do sandbox.
Yeah.
Desert, grassland, tropical. Temperate. I think we're going to go tropical. South America. Create zoo. Zoo name is Food. So let's see then if it's going to let us put animals in. New sandbox, alright, just continue. Oh, right. Barriers. Chain link fence. Those things are just in the way. The actual icons are in the way of me actually seeing what I'm bloody doing. Right. And gate. There we go. Animal you must have at least one trade centre in your zoo in order to trade centre. trade center. Right. And bet. There we go. Can we do paths? Where are paths? Paths. Why can't I just... Why have I got to do it like that? That's a stupid way of doing it. Why is it going up like that? I didn't tell it to go up like that, did I? Just wanted to go... No. What are you doing? Delete. Delete path. Why can't I delete it? Why do these games have to have such crap UIs? It let me put the thing up there. Oh, just really do annoy the hell out of me. Just let me do a straight path. Why has it got to be hard? No, I don't want it going up like that. Shift and up. What do you mean shift up and down? Lower path. Why was it sticking up in the air in the first place? Just why? Why have I got to do it? Why can't I just draw the path in? This is just so slow. See how City Skylines does paths and roads? That's how you should be doing them in your games. Not like this. This is just awful. When you move your mouse a little bit too far, the path disappears. Why did that have to take 8 billion clicks? Didn't need to, did it, game? I've done it again. And again. And again. Awful. Right. Now we have... Let's get some animals. Right, animal trading. Why are you covering that up? Why wasn't this at the front of the Z? I want... Can we not filter on this stuff? Filter. There we go. I want hippopotamus. And I want a timber wolf. There we go. Right. So let's get that. Adopt. Center zoo. No path to destination. Jesus Christ. Right, there's a path now. This animal has been adopted for cash. It cannot be released into the wild. Adopt. Center zoo. No. Why is there no path to destination? What is that if it's not a freaking path? Does that need a path? Now, do we have a path? Why have you just gone dark? Your zoo has no vets. Yeah. Tough luck. We want to watch them die. Animal trading. Buy, adopt. Send to zoo. Right, good. Now let's put the timber wolves in with them. Excellent. So we have the timber wolves in with the hippopotamuses. Let's see if they'll eat each other. Hopefully. How much money have we got? Unlimited. Excellent. So, come on. Deliver my animals. Do we need staff? Zoo. Staff. Hire a caretaker. A mechanic, yeah, we'll have one of them. Security, we'll have a security. A vendor, we'll hire one of them. Veterinarian, we'll hire one of them. And an educator, let's have one of them. So we've got hippo. Animal welfare has attracted what? Why? Why is protect? Good. Now we've got a wolf in with a hippo. Animal trading. Filter. Let's put a Bengal tiger and an ostrich as well. Confirm. Adopt. Send to zoo. Yeah, good. Is it going to let us put an ostrich in there as well? Adopt. Send to zoo. Speed up. Let's see what happens now. Habitat. Wow, we'll put one of those in there. We better give them. What about crouching post? Some food. Food tray. Food trough. Food cage. Water. Forage pool. DLC required. Get bent. Oh, keeper hut. What was facilities? Keeper hut. Come on, I just want a keeper hut. DLC. Don't. Why are you showing me things I don't have? Turn it off. That bollocks. Keeper. Come on. Have my animals escaped? Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to find a bloody keeper hut. Dangerous animals escape, that's alright. They can just eat the people in the park. Yes, intimidation, that's what we wanted. Well, it's not so much a zoo now as a safari park. And they're always much more fun. Right, I want a keeper thingy. Habitat. African keeper. There we go. Where did all my animals go? No idea. Facilities without power now. Utilities. Well, let's get a few of these then. I think solar power is better. I mean, we're in Africa, aren't we? So there's got to be lots of sunshine. Water treatment. Have some of that. Water temperature regulator. Have some of them. Wind turbine, yes. Well, we'll put some of those up as well. Put those with. Why not? And a transformer. Can never have enough transformers. Alright, good. Emergency capture animal. Good. Oh no, it's got no nutrition. Didn't I just give it loads of stuff? Demanding these animals. Right, let's have a brick wall then. Good. And now we want a window. Oh, a habitat gate. There we go. And can we have a window? Glass. I don't understand how to do this glass bit. Glass. Is that all glass? No, apparently we've made it all glass with somehow. Don't ask me how. It's gone dark again. "92 keepers not attended the habitat in a long time." Stuff room. I don't like it's going light and dark. Can you turn off the night cycles? Settings. Don't look like it. I just don't like the light dark stuff. It's irritating. How was facility without the power? Construction. Power? No. How the hell did I get power up last time then? Yeah. Oh, there it is. How do you run cables? Power. Do you have to have one of these right next to it? Habitat cleanliness is a disease risk. Multiple building problems. Where stuff is all over, covering everything up. What? Just annoying. It's gone dark again, so we can't see what's going on. Staff facilities. How do we rotate it again? Shift, right? Control, no. No. Why is this gone? Why is that moving so slowly now? What the hell is that? What? Suddenly it's decided to move at a snail's pace. All of a sudden. What a frustrating game. And it's dark and raining again. It's just... That is really annoying. I want to be able to turn the weather off. Can I pause? Can I just want to turn it off. Why can't I move these boxes? Why doesn't that drag and drop? Why is that moving so slow? Yeah, well, I think I've had enough of this. It's just, I don't like it. It's annoying. Yeah, maybe you'll get more out of it than I do. I've got no patience for it today. None at all. It's just clunky and horrible to use on the UI. Bloody past stuff was annoying enough. Without this now, going just like at the... I can't... You hold shift down, but I've no idea how that changed or what. Just don't... Pushing all the keys. Don't seem to change anything. I haven't got caps lock on, so it's not that doing it. So I don't know. Don't like your UI. Never going to play it again. Well, this has been the 365-day gaming challenge. This has been day 256, and this has been Planet Zoo. I think I just prefer to play City Skylines, to be honest. It's a game where the UI makes sense, and where the things make sense. It's easy. You should have looked at that and gone, that's how we need to do this. But you haven't. So, there you go. I shall be back again tomorrow with a game that isn't quite as annoying, I think. Until then, I hope you have a pleasant evening, and I shall see you later.